listeners, to another chilling episode of Night Night Molly.
I am Mr. L.J. Pingol, your boy next to door host.
And it is I, your binibining Quezon City, Miss Florrie May Banzuelo.
Last but certainly not least, Miss De La Cruz, your favorite author. Before we move on,
Uy,
Oh, Eme.
okay, so before we discuss the next chapter of the novel entitled Kite Runner, I would just like to say how famous this novel really is among our young viewers.
I agree. 2 days ago, we posted a Q&A on our Instagram story, 'di ba, regarding the novel, and surprisingly, this chapter was highly requested.
OMG, yes. I got flabbergasted nga eh. Wow. Big word, flabbergasted. Since this book was published 20 years ago, imagine most of our viewers are young pa talaga and Gen Z peeps. So it is really surprising that they are familiar with the novel. At the same time, we were able to catch their attention.
I just saw this comment pa nga, which is really funny. Now, the reason why they are familiar with the book is that it is one of their final requirements in the discourse in college.
Ah, yes. As far as I can remember, the course they're talking about was great books.
So, in this 10-minute chapter by chapter analysis, we will dive back deep into the heartrending pages of Khaled Hosseini's masterpiece, The Kite Runner, Chapter 12. Ooh.
Join us as we delve deeper into the complexities of Chapter 12, where love, fear, and bravery converge in the tapestry of human emotions.
We'll explore the significance of Amir's admiration for Soraya's courage, the weight of unspoken truths, and the cathartic journey that lies ahead for our protagonist. So, without further ado, let us proceed to this podcast's next segment. Take it away, Jules.
Reminiscing his childhood in Afghanistan involved him and Hassan in every way possible. It was their hobby to stay up late during the night of Yelp, the first night of winter, the longest of nights. Each passing night was as starless as Yalda for Amir, so he couldn't sleep at night thinking of his potential lover. It was only a matter of time where he also daydreamed about Soraya's beauty. He found himself making excuses in front of his teasing father just to take a stroll down the aisle where the Tahiri family would once, as they sat in their booths, he wanted to buy clothes for himself and his father, not knowing Baba already knew he had been stealing lances for Tahiri's stomach. Just, just don't embarrass me, that's all I ask. Baba said, I won't, God Baba. He walked down to the Tahiri strand, trying to look for General Tahiri, even though he was there for Soraya, and yet it was finally a success. They exchanged a few remarks, though somehow clustered with each other. Manung Tahiri, Soraya's mother, arrived and saw the sparks between the two.
Amir came home, being teased by his father for not buying cokes, and blushed himself for forgetting what he should have purchased in the first place. The night came. He was still recalling his interaction with Soraya, how she admired him for writing fictional stories. It went on for weeks, like it became a typical routine for Amir to go to the Tahiri stand. She would mention Amir and his husband's similarities in between conversations, and he saw Soraya as a more attractive and talkative lady when her mother was around. One moment, Soraya and Amir were alone at the stand, and they chattered about Soraya's dream of being a teacher. Amir then remembered to hand Soraya one of his written short stories, and as a reader in her awakened, she loved it. It was their stage of getting to know each other. Soon after, Baba caught a cold, but they confirmed it was not just a cold when Amir saw Baba coughing a wad of blood-stained phlegm into the toilet. As they arrived at the hospital, they were referred to a pulmonary clinic for a chest x-ray, where shortly they had to wait for weeks for the doctors to determine his precise condition. Amir prayed and recited some verses from the Quran during that waiting. Unfortunately, Baba was diagnosed with oat cell carcinoma, where taking chemo will not change anything, just prolong it. Baba and Amir argued so much after that since his father didn't want chemotherapy to assist him.
Without any chemotherapy procedure to fight back what was seemingly just a cough for Baba, it didn't take long for his lung cancer to metastasize. Eventually, he had a seizure and collapsed that Sunday after New Year's Day in the flea market. He kneeled and reached out to his father, anxious and afraid, because picturing the succeeding days without a father torments Amir relentlessly. He was confined to the hospital for constant monitoring, and while news spread fast for the famous Pashtun businessman, companions and fellows visited him, including General Tahiri, his wife, and of course, Soraya. Amir might have been overwhelmed by the greetings, which made him more aware that his father was dying sooner or later. He stepped out of the suffocating room, not expecting Soraya to follow after him. And in that brief exchange, he discovered solace in her physical touch. That love language comforted him the most. I'm happy you came. It means the world to me. The young man was in love. Therefore, shortly after Baba's dismissal, he fearlessly requested his father to call General Tahiri and ask for his daughter's hand. While the other side gladly welcomes Amir as a suitor, Soraya hesitates about her troubled past. Amir accepted to hear this tiny secret, and to her surprise, both of them were cool about it. Then Amir realized their differences. Soraya freed herself from the past, while Amir couldn't. A sun in that dark alleyway still haunts him deeply.
Wow, just wow. No words can describe how interesting and great this book is.
Actually, chapter 12 was such a fascinating chapter. We saw our little Amir all grown up, falling in love at first sight.
OMG, I agree with you, LJ. It's like one of the scenes where the one struck by Cupid's arrow remembers every little detail about the girl he has fallen in love with. Oh, to be in love.
Well, this chapter indeed introduced a few new characters. Now, for our Love Dive segment, what do you think happened in this chapter that greatly impacted the character's mood or the book's overall mood?
Well, I could say that by far, this chapter was the most interesting and at my end because it added that kilig factor and flavor.
Mhm.
Unexpectedly, our grown-up Amir found a woman that could possibly no to spoilers tayo rito, possibly add something to the novel's plot.
I swear I did not anticipate a romantic side from this novel since it really focused on the drama and literary realism. Also, I agree with the fact that Amir meeting the possible love of his life, Soraya, will definitely add something to the story.
Not only that, this chapter surprised me with a romantic flavor, as it showcased the typical sensations, diba? We feel when we are in love, the excitement, the butterflies, as well as fear.
The way Amir adored Soraya's bravery and personality made me feel things. Hashtag green flag, to be genuinely adored by your special someone talaga.
As if walang Amir in your life, Flory, huh?
Milang
I'm okay naman. I can face this on my own. But hey, besides all that love and killing part, it is really scary, diba? And uneasy finding out one of your parents or anyone special in your life is terminally ill.
Somehow, with that point, LJ, I believe love also opens the door for hope. Soraya became his safe space, his comfort, his home amidst the time of sadness.
Hmm.
Well, I guess it's time for us to wrap this night's episode. LJ?
Yeah. And there you have it, dear listeners. As we bid farewell to chapter 12, episode 12, I want you to know that we understand you. We still can't wait for Amir to voice the truth. Pero in the meantime, let's believe this love for Soraya, his love for Soraya in the succeeding chapters will ultimately make him realize and apologize na rin for what he had wrongfully done to Hassan. That when you love someone, you have to entrust them with your, even with your darkest past. And if that someone you trust accepts you, they genuinely love you for who you are.
Yes, LG. So The Kite Runner is undeniably a literary gem that continues to resonate with us for its power of love and collective human struggles. We hope you like our chapter by chapter exploration.
And with that, before we part ways, we'd like to extend our deepest gratitude to you for fueling our burning passion for literature and book content. May your imagination always take you into a world full of wonders, and may your hearts be soothed by the magic of words.
And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Until next time, fellas, see you in the chapters ahead. Happy reading. Bye bye.
Bye bye!